This week's episode of Love Nation is brought to you by the Intercontinental Boston
and thedatingrevolution.com.
Hello and welcome to Love Nation. I'm Thomas Edwards.
And I'm Laurie Davis.
Love Nation covers emerging trends in the dating world. And this week, we're talking about
interracial marriages.
So the Population Reference Bureau in 2005 actually claims that there's 3 million interracial marriages, which is a hell of a lot.
That is a lot. And in fact, what we're seeing is that it is a new school thing, right? So it's Gen Y and beyond mostly that is the most accepting of interracial relationships. 90% of young people are accepting of interracial relationships versus 50% of seniors. So definitely new school, old school.
Yeah, I mean,
new school's the way.
We're definitely raised under a life of diversity, life of multiculturalism, and so this definitely helps facilitate that.
Totally agree.
And here's a fun fact.
Yeah.
Of all the interracial marriages that are out there, the majority of them are actually white men to Asian women.
Interesting.
Yeah. Second behind that is actually black men to white women.
Okay.
Very, very interesting.
I can see that. And actually, it's impacting online dating, too. 70% of Match.comers say that they're willing to date outside their race.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
that should lead into a good tip.
People are looking around, and in fact, you're right. Okay. So my first tip is, if you're dating online, most online dating sites will have an ethnicity section. And if you don't have a preference, just say no preference. Don't get picky and try to figure out which ones you like and which ones you don't. Just say no preference, because you'll be able to spread your wings and see what's out there. Yeah. If you do have a preference, of course, then you should reflect that in your stats. But if you don't, then just say no preference.
All right. And if this relationship that you're in is actually your first interracial relationship, and as you get deeper, you're gonna want to actually include other people into your into his or her life, such as friends, coworkers, family. Give it time, have some patience when it comes to the acceptance and the integration of having the other person into your life. Because as we said before, we live in a more diverse, more multiculturalism focused world, and so it's gonna be very quick. But obviously, we said 50% of seniors, so maybe your grandmother, maybe someone older, may not be as accepting at first. But like I said,
50% are, but 50% aren't.
Exactly. So just understand that and have some patience as you proceed to include these wonderful people into his or her life.
Totally. And also, along with race comes culture sometimes, right? So if you're dating someone outside of your race and it's a culture is particularly important to them, you should learn a little bit about it. Get involved.
Definitely.
Find out what's going on, particularly if you want to move forward and get married and maybe have children. It could impact the way that you raise your children. They might want to integrate the culture a little bit. So just, open your mind up and learn about it.
Yeah. Awesome. So sponsors.
Right.
All right. So, of course, we want to thank Rumba. Actually, we're going to say something new here.
Whoa. Big change.
Yeah. So, starting on Saturday, March 27th, Rumba will celebrate the best of the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s with a series of 3 parties. This is going to be awesome. So first up, obviously, going to be the 70s, which is going to be this Saturday, and then the 80s on April 10th, then the 90s on May 1st. Now, DJ Q2 will be mixing beats featuring new school spin from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Guests are encouraged to dress to impress from each decade, and there'll be a best dressed prize. So no matter what decade you remember best, you're not going to want to miss the party series. So if you want information, follow Intercon Boss. We'll put it up there for you, and you'll get all the details there.
And we also have thedatingrevolution.com, which was created to democratize online dating. Their proactive filters and color-coded search results ensure that you are contacted by the best quality matches. From reporting members for dishonesty to community-based structure, which is coming soon, their site is uniquely designed to return power to the daters.
Awesome. So email.
Right, okay. So email of the week, there is a woman who wrote in, and she wants to know if she should ask out a guy who is in her professional circle.
It kind of reminds me of Office Romances.
Right?
Okay.
Should watch that episode.
Yeah, definitely. So that'll be our first bit of advice. Watch Office Romances. You want me to take this one?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so honestly, if you're interested in him, why not? You know, just obviously before you do, think about the potential consequences of what could or could not happen. You know, it's going to be awkward if he says no. If you guys do go out and things don't work out, is there going to be any conflict with your professionalism in and outside of the circle? You know, how's it going to affect your professional life? I mean, these are just things that you should probably think about before you pull the trigger. But
also, I think that you should sort of test the waters a little bit before you like go out there and ask him out, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe go out to happy hour together and give him a little bit of body language and see if it's returned. And, you know, like, put a few feelers out there before you go all the way and ask him out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would assume, well, I was going to assume, but maybe it might have been naive of me to assume that she may have been interested or she had tried. But, yeah, definitely.
I mean, well, we know she's interested, but we don't know if he's interested,
yeah,
right? So
for sure.
There are ways without blatantly asking him out and making things awkward.
Exactly.
If he says no, just sort of feel around.
Yeah, throw some feelers, so to speak. Alright, so that wraps up this episode of Love Nation. If you want to follow us on Twitter. I'm your wingman.
And I'm eFlirt Expert.
And we'll see you guys next week.
See you then.